Hey everyone, how is everyone doing on this Monday night, December 29th? 2 days left. 2 days left for this year to be gone and gone and gone and gone. So, what's new, huh? Same shit, different night, except you can hear the wind. It's just too fucking windy outside. And we are way into the winter here up in Northeast. And this is the holiday season, and I could feel like on the road people are just doing whatever the fuck they are doing right before the New Year's. We had Christmas, you know, the American holiday quintessential, right? And my brother is visiting, so he's here with us. He's been staying with me and my sister, also my cousin. And what can I say? We were trying to close a deal on a fucking apartment. Me and my wife, running around, and then I realized that I have to, a new apartment, 2 bedroom, because we want to upgrade our, quality of life a little bit, man. But then I realized, that this fucking apartment I have, just I'm losing fucking money, without getting too much into details. I just had to tell my real estate agent, the offer was accepted, but then I had to back out. She told me that I'm losing money on this one. Why didn't you tell me before? No, because I thought I would be even here. I'll break even here, and then I was gonna basically buy that, right? Means sell this and then buy the 2 bedroom. But in any case, that is what it is. All right. So we have decided that I'm gonna eat whatever the fuck I need to eat here. Lose whatever the fuck money which I'm already losing here, right? On this fucking apartment. And I had to be angry at my real estate agent. Her boss actually, was my agent 3 years ago. And then later on I realized I bought this for a fucking, much more money than it was actually the previous owner. And the guy never actually even said, hey man, so by the way, so this is the asking price, and this was what was sold before. Can we renegotiate? We should renegotiate? I am just not saying that I was that fucking dumb. All I'm saying is that when you're buying a home for the first time, you rely on your fucking agent at least 80% of the time. All right, and so that's what happened. Now I have to basically sell this for fucking much less money, and this is just pissing me off, honestly. I'm still trying to not lose my cool my lose, whatever the fuck it is, right? But it's just painful fucking decisions you make in life, you know. And I'm not saying that I'm the only fucking person in this boat, but it just phenomenally fucking bad. All right, so that's all, without too many fucking details. And this is just not good. All right. uh I get it that I have to basically move on, get the fuck out of here, sell this apartment, and then we have decided just to move into a small 1 bedroom, you know for the next couple of years here within our community of fucking Port Liberté, right? And then we'll see what the fuck we want to do. I mean, I would rather want to move into a house, and that has been like a fucking, what do you call, you know, just a dream for someone like me who has struggled on many levels, out of my own fucking mistakes and just living alone. I was going to be referred to Department of Loneliness. That's real. But, at the same time, I'm glad it didn't happen. I found my wife, whatever But speaking of which, this is a struggle I think many of us here in America, especially if you're young, because you don't, well, first of all, if you're young, you don't care. And just imagine that, it took me like years and years, you know, living in fucking rentals. I guess I had to basically experience this, right? Through this fucking bad, you know, decision, whatever it is. All right. So I got to move on from this. Fuck it. It is what it is. Just I got to do the damage control. Sorry. And I'm here with my friend over here, Bear Panda, and that's what me and my wife are going through. Right at the same time, this fucking holiday was happening. But sorry, I'm not trying to sound fucking gloomy or anything, but it's just that I'm just sort of, yes, blaming myself, of course. But then what can we do? Fuck it. Am I repeating myself? Of course I am. You know. And just move on, man. Just move on. Try to be positive. That's what it is. It seems like every time I do a fucking podcast, it just something negative comes up. But this was a big one. I'm sorry. Apologize, but I just buried. I mean, not that I'm trying to. I just damage control. I think that's what it is. Fuck it. All right. So what else is going on? At least I have family here. We had Christmas at my sister's, but now everybody's fucking sick. You know, and a friend of mine, he invited us tomorrow, and then I'm sick, and everybody just like fucking flu and all that. And then we got the fucking New Year's coming up, right? Which is also Wednesday night, just like Christmas. And I feel like maybe I shouldn't do it. We shouldn't do anything on New Year's. But then what? I mean, my brother is here. He's probably going to go to, hang out with my sister and my brother-in-law, right? And I think me and my wife, we're gonna just we're gonna do something extremely minimalistic, all right? Minimalistic, I think. There's another friend of ours, local friend, who's doing like a house party on top of his building, right? But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I just feel like, especially this mistake I made, relying on my fucking real estate. I feel like I mean, how you feel like you made a mistake in life that's costing you thousands of dollars, right? You know, and then you feel like you don't deserve. It's like, okay, so what's there for? Okay, what's the happiness? What am I going to fucking like treat myself for on a fucking New Year's Eve for making a grave fucking mistake of buying an apartment at a much higher price? What am I cheering for? I had a fucking idea. Nothing, basically. Well, you still gotta be positive. Yeah, I am trying to be positive, all right? But it's just not happening. And is it anything positive, please? Give me something. Give me something in life, you know. And then my wife looks at me like, oh my god, man, you can't be too fucking depressed. Yeah, I get it. You know. And then we still have snow on the fucking ground. It snowed. Um, did I do a podcast during the fucking Christmas and all that? Did I do? When was the last podcast I did? I don't remember. But in any case, so and then I was out sort of like Friday, not Friday. Friday was fucking snowing, so I was out Saturday night for a little bit. At least I met up with my friends, and we had a few laughs, and yeah, I mean, life is just whether you're your own fucking mistakes or other people fuck you up, right? Just life fucks you up in general. I think I haven't accepted. I get too fucking reactive, become too reactive, and I have to keep reminding myself that, listen, man, just try not to make these fucking mistakes again. All right, you learn. Yeah, buying a home for the first time, it's not, yeah, there are a lot of fucking moving parts. I get it, but you know, I'm not saying that I didn't make a mistake. All right, but whatever it is, okay. All right, let's move on. Let's fucking move on because I'm literally babbling. I I at the same time, was trying to find some like fucking hotels and book the flights because I think, what we have. I think me and my wife, especially her, and then this apartment thing, we were so happy to buy, and then but I think we gone through a little bit this year, So she's more positive, and gives me the shoulder and everything, and I love her, but just that try not to fucking you know be in this like situation. I think without being negative, I think we do need a fucking break. I was just telling her, and my brother actually bought me this. You see the shirt, Jeep? It's nice, right? This my holiday. He gave me this holiday gift. But in any case, so uh, I was just looking up Orlando, and especially because I want to go down to Orlando, someplace fucking nice. And it was nice that my friend, a close friend there, he actually, he was telling me to go somewhere warm, man. And I guess like the northeast fucking winters, man. I mean, right now it's family time and the holidays, and after that, what? It's like the fucking same fucking frozen tundra for like another 3 months. And it's sort of like, you it's like, it's like, I think I just fucking lost the chain of thought. I think the chain of thought I lost is that we need a break. I think that's what it is. Fuck it. I need a fucking break. And she needs a break. Both of us need a break, and we can recoup, wherever we go, someplace nice, warm. And then with this apartment thing, we just said, all right, let's not go anywhere. Let's save some money now that we're buying this 2 bedroom. And then I backed off, and next day I was like feeling like, the fuck, man. Um, in any case, how's everyone doing? Huh? Well, let's just be positive, all right? Let's fucking be positive, all right? I mean, I'm not saying that things are basically you know hunky and dory, and nobody, you know, except myself, and this is true for everyone else, is that you got to, basically put your own fucking emotions together, not be too fucking, you know, uh, worked up, and just think about, and maybe this is what I should do, which I don't, think about being a little more grateful for, for having a roof over the fucking head. It's not like we are homeless, you know, and we can eat, we can, have some good meals, have a laugh, and, regardless of, whatever the fuck situation with the apartment, right? And as my wife says, oh, the universe will give us whatever we deserve, or whatever it's written for us in terms of, a house, or especially a house, or even like children and kids, and, kid, and all that. I mean, she's a believer, I don't know. I sometimes I feel like uh, I'm in that sort of like in my mental hole, right? The mental hole of, okay, so if I start thinking about, all right, let's, yeah, I should be more grateful and this and that, right? And and what's okay? So what's all this? You know, I'm not talking about, what's all this as if like, what's all this that I'm going through, But I just fall into another fucking hole, which is, okay. So I just feel like this whole thing, this whole existence, you know, is just, it's not. This is not. This is something. This doesn't make any sense. Am I losing my fucking mind? Maybe I am. Means that I just feel like, what's what's real, what's real, and what is this reality, and maybe my mind, when it just feels like that, yeah, we are fucking animals and machines and biology and, blood and flesh and blood and all that, right? But besides that, what are we? I just fall into that, existential question, and which is also not good. maybe i'm just maybe I'm just thinking too much, and I don't know. Am I fucking somehow, am I losing my fucking mind? That's okay. I guess I'm at that fucking age where I start questioning my own fucking, not questioning, but, like analyzing whatever I've done in my fucking life, in a negative way. That's not good, because you can all you should always, yeah, you make mistakes, but then you should also look at, a positive thing. So because, our conscious is always like nudging us, hey, you look what the fuck you're doing now, now you're losing fucking money on. Okay, so well, Um, I guess I'm all over the fucking place tonight. I'm so sorry. Okay, I apologize. But for some fucking reason, I remember this chain of thought, this thought actually, when I say mental health, like what's before, because I was never a weed smoker, you know, and I'm still not, but back when I was young, I smoked a little bit of weed, and these are the thoughts were coming into my head. I get fucking paranoid, and then after the paranoia is somehow contained, or maybe it's not contained, but then you realize, or it makes you think, okay, but what is this whole existence, right? This whole fucking existence, what is this, you know? Yeah, I mean, I'm wrapped up in my own fucking gazillion 90,000 problems, right? And then somebody else has his or her problem in life, and there are others who have other, including financial or other health problems. And this health problems, yeah, I get it. But that's a really bitchy one, you know. If you have health problems, then yeah, that's just like everything else becomes fucking secondary, all right? So besides our, this physical existence, I mean, are we something else? Am I something other than this fucking body and mind, you know? And culturally and the society, depending on where, what kind of society, what kind of culture you grew up, right? We all have beliefs and myths and this and that, right? And I don't know. I'm just getting to this point in my life where I say, no, I think we are just machines, biological machines, starting from the micro level of like fucking unicellular organisms and all that, and that's it. That's it. I think, and that's in itself, if you think about it, that's some sort of a grand scheme of things. We are here on this fucking planet, right? And so if there's another fucking like reality, right? Uh, then there's life beyond fucking, not life, but there's some existence beyond this life, you know. I don't know. I guess because we think about these things, because ultimate for us, ultimate is death, and then death actually makes us think. So I don't know. I think that's enough babbling for today. I'm so sorry. Instead of cheering people up on this fucking holiday, oh, this is a new year, man, you got to make some resolutions for yourself, right? Yeah, I don't. I don't know fucking resolutions for me. Nothing. The only resolution for me is not to make fucking mistakes. These the big ones, financial mistakes and all that, because that's just not good. All right, and don't beat yourself too much. I mean, whatever has happened has fucking happened. I mean, you can't undo. Uh, so just try to stay positive, and talk to your friends, and get their get their positive feedback, and try to give them yours as well. Because otherwise, without us humans, without our interactions with other people, I don't have a lot of friends, few friends. I lost, just like I don't know. I never had like really had a lot of, and I didn't, because I just didn't want to, you know, one of those like fucking social, what do you call, like extrovert, and I think I'm sort of like an introvert more than an extrovert. Yeah, I mean, I'll be out there, but I don't have a fear of like crowds or any of that. But just that I feel like, you know, um, what the fuck am I trying to say? I don't know. Maybe I feel like beaten up, honestly. Not beaten up, but like, mentally. You know what I mean? And then I had to say to myself, it's okay. It's just all fucking part of life. And uh, life is just all of these things, problems, happinesses, you know. What the hell am I trying to like close this podcast with something positive? I don't know. I mean, I don't want to sound like some guru who has, pulls out something out of this like left pocket, right? Oh, this is what I need to to say something positive, No, I'm not a leader. I'm not a guru. I'm not anything. I'm just trying to be myself, to understand myself, um, and just not be too emotional and not be too fucking negative, and just stay focused on things on hand. Things on hand, and just fucking take a break. We all need a fucking break, man. It's just like I feel like uh I need one. We need one. And so this is probably my positive note. All right, so this is what I wanted to say. All right, so uh simple things. I guess this is a simple thing. I mean, maybe I'm stating the obvious. Maybe I am stating the fucking obvious, right? Fuck. So in any case, I just realized one more thing, that I don't have the fucking, the microphone with the headphones. I don't know what the sound is going to sound like in this, because the sound here is not that good. I get it. So that's why I used to use that microphone and all that. So if this really turns out bad, I'm gonna basically have to do this again, probably next week. I don't know. I don't. I mean, that's the other thing, right? I get sort of depressed. I'm doing this podcast. I don't have a lot of fucking, what do you call, listeners. I don't get views. So what the fuck am I doing this for? What I mean, am I talking to myself? I am talking to myself. I get it, but what's the purpose? I guess talking to myself is the purpose. Um, what was the positive note? Can you just focus on the fucking positive note, sir? All right. So the positive note is that take a break. Sometimes if you have been working, as a cog in a wheel, I get it. You got to do that because you need to save some money, and for your own growth and all that. Of course, you should work, but sometimes you may feel like you are burnt out. You're burnt out, man. Because if you're doing the same thing over and over again without any like incentive and all that, right? Then you need some incentive, which is like, oh, you need to take a fucking break. All right, do something else, positive, something. I'm not saying that you should, you know, go the extreme end, you know, drink your fucking ass off or something like that. But just go, like, especially this fucking winter. Go somewhere nice, warm. That's what it is. That's the positive note I'm gonna leave with all of you with, and happy New Year. And assuming you all are gonna have more happiness and health, and yeah, and take care of yourself. All right, that's very important. And this is one step. And with that, I'll see you all next year. How about that? Next fucking year. Jesus.